the thing that you guys did tonight is something that people do all the time. They come up, they scan half of the stuff they buy, and then they carry it out, and it's stealing. You can't scan half the stuff you have and pay for only half of the stuff in your cart, and in your case, it's less than half.
But my thing
it's
is
stealing.
My thing is this, how can I be at fault for a machine? That's my thing. How can I be at fault for a machine?
You knew you didn't pay for everything in the cart. That's how you're at fault.
I can't figure that. I'm just telling you that if I'm sliding something across and it's not beeping, or then it beeps several times and nothing pops up, stuff like that. What am I supposed to do? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, what am I supposed to do? That's why I say,
kidding me, you fucking piece of shit. So what happened?
Watched him walking around earlier. Had to sit up around his face. Something seemed off. Started to watch him. Picked up his black light. Met up with his friend. Picked some more of the stuff. I got up to the self-check and started watching the self-check. I was so close really hard. And as they were checking stuff out, they were sliding the stuff past the scanners and putting it in bags.
Both people were putting it past?
Yeah, they were both standing there.
Did both of them?
He did most of the scanning, and he was putting stuff in the cart and watching them. And waited till they...
I'll let you guys have your say.
Waited till they got outside the doors on the grocery side there, and I stopped them and brought them back in.
Okay. You guys aren't under arrest right now, but because you're in a confined room here and the police showed up, I'm advised of your Miranda rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you do say can be used against you as evidence in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one could be appointed for you. You have the right to have that attorney with you before, during, or making any statements. Do you understand your rights?
Yeah.
Okay. So he told me that you guys put stuff in the basket. Both of you were aware of it, and then pushed it out, didn't pay for it. Is that what happened?
Sure. I was trying to scan stuff across, and it wasn't working. You can see I even lifted this up, and I was turning it around, trying to figure out what's going on. That's what I'm saying. And then I started my card and it declined. And then I started again and it declined again. And he swiped.
I stuck my card in.
That's what I'm saying.
The receipt popped out.
The receipt popped out, and it was my card
number,
but it said approved when he put his card in.
So clear the machine.
So I'm saying,
I
had no urgency. I didn't.
Because then when we behind us,
what happened?
No one ran, no one was trying to take off or anything.
I have a car.
So, I think I'm code 4. So, he's telling me though that you had items you didn't even scan.
I'm not sure which items he said. I saw every item scanned. I wasn't right there at the time.
Okay, so.
The person he's swiping them, he's scanning them, I'm about to pay.
Okay.
We hear all the time. We have no issue paying because it's got a revenue account and all that.
So, the video surveillance stuff here, it's top notch. And it's goes right down on top of the self-checkout area, because that's an area where people steal a lot of stuff, and so.
Like I can see myself. Like, I have no intention on stealing anything. You know what I'm saying? If I can see myself, that'd be the dumbest thing in the world. That's why when he came up, I didn't even budge. It was just like, fuck.
So did you get any receipt that printed out showing you paid for anything?
Yeah, but I threw it away though. That's what I'm saying.
This is the receipt we reprinted when they were done.
I didn't even look at the receipt. Grab it on the screen.
And did that credit card go through?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
7560. Whose credit card is that?
Definitely.
It says payment declined, reason 14.
Then when I stuck my card in, then that's when it said approved.
So your card is the 5207?
Mine's 4217.
The last 4 digits?
Yeah. I know I saw approved. But I was leaving until I saw approved on it.
Do you have that card with you?
I do.
Can you show it to me? It's not the card that's on this one here. the last four digits are on this card that is 5207, and 7560 was the one that was declined.
So I even saw when I remember I stuck it in and said I have the chip, so I stuck it in and said approved, and then I said we're viable, I guess it went through. Then I checked it, I was like, oh, but it must have been your card, it's your digits on it. So I just looked at I saw X,
Okay.
X, 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 and I saw it wasn't my 4 digits at the end. So I knew it had that big, because I saw him swiping several times. I know he has money on his account.
Okay, so even if you're having problems with the card and you eventually get a card to swipe, the stuff you bought's only $54. The value of everything in your cart is $225. So that's
minus the stuff that you get paid for.
so that 225 is
The stuff that was unpaid for.
so the cart actually had almost $300 worth of stuff in it, and you only paid for $50.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to tell you. I was trying to scan stuff. That's what I was trying to say. I was literally trying to scan stuff.
I know I was
and I picked this up and look at it as if
I saw him scanning
like, what
everything.
the hell's going on? I'm saying I don't have issues paying for anything.
Guys,
That's my thing.
the thing that you guys did tonight is something that people do all the time. They come up, they scan half of the stuff they buy, and then they carry it out, and it's stealing. You can't scan half the stuff you have and pay for only half of the stuff in your cart, and in your case, it's less than half.
But my thing
It's
is,
stealing.
My thing is, sir, how can I be at fault for a machine? That's my thing. How can I be at fault for a machine?
You knew you didn't pay for everything in the cart. That's how you're at fault.
Okay.
If there's any reasonable person's going to look at this and go, huh, a good deal at Walmart today. I only paid $54 and I got almost $300 worth of stuff. That's not reasonable. I mean, if you had came up here and I looked at it and said, oh, well, it's only a couple dollars off, I could see that mistake. But $225 in the cart that wasn't paid for, that's not reasonable. So, you guys want to start again? Because what you told me right now, I'm sorry, I just don't believe you. I think that's kind of just a story.
I feel like technology
That's what I'm saying. How can I be at fault for technology?
I feel like we were in the wrong. We probably would try to run.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even drive. I caught a cab here, so like, where am I putting stuff in the cab?
Well, where were you going to go from here?
I would have to wait outside for a cab. That's what I'm saying. I have no intention on stealing it. I'm saying, sir, I would have to
Just because you're calm and relaxed when you do it, I mean, I'll be quite honest. In my experience, the people that get nervous and run, they're the novices. The people that are calm and relaxed, they've done it before. They're experienced. They know what they're doing. They're cool. They don't care. And that's my experience. I mean,
I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. I'm just telling you that if I'm sliding something across and it's not beeping, or then it beeps several times and nothing pops up, stuff like that. What am I supposed to do?
I saw the machine too.
That's what I'm saying. What am I supposed to do? That's why I clearly show.
You go,
I don't have any.
excuse me, customer service person, I'm having problems with my register over here. It doesn't appear to be scanning everything properly. Can you help me out? Because every time you scan something, whoop, I shop at this Walmart. I go through the self-checkout stand. It pops up on the screen. You can see exactly what it is. And I look at it and I go, yep, that's priced exactly as it is on the... I shop here. I know that's what happens.
That's what I'm saying. I want to keep shopping.
Well, I don't think they're going to let you keep shopping here. That's up to them, though. So, do you guys have your identifications with you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No ID at all? Where do you guys live?
I stay in Fulham. I don't know off the top. I stay with someone, but I stay here in Fulham.
I think
Do you have...
Cougar Crest.
So I'm telling you right now, if you don't have an actual valid address, then you got to go to jail. If you can't give me an actual valid address and valid identification, then that's the next step I have to do. I have to be able to know who you are and where the court can find you.
No, I can see it.
Do you have no identification at all? Do you have a driver's license issued to you from any state?
Actually, I don't have a Pullman one. I have a Florida.
Sorry, if I get them to do some paperwork while you're working on that.
Let me get their IDs, and then I'll let you do that. What's your address here? What's the room number?
304.
What's your phone number?
Can I take this call?
Sure.
Hello? Oh yeah, I'll give you a few minutes. Okay, that's fine. Bye-bye.
So what's your full legal name?
Zaire, Webb.
Okay. Do you have ID with you?
No.
You don't have nothing, no photographic ID at all?
I got one. Well, actually, I do. You said just a driver's license.
A driver's license would be the best. Passport, something like that. That's an ID right there, Florida driver's license. So what's your full legal name?
Anthony Webb.
Do you have a middle name? What's your address here in town? And your phone number? Okay, so you guys are both going to school here at WSU? Okay. If I issue a criminal citation, are you going to return and go to court?
What does that mean?
It means, will you appear in court when they send you a summons in the mail?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if that's the case, then I will issue you guys criminal citations and release you from here, and you can go to court. Okay. At this point, you guys are both under arrest. Do you guys remember your Miranda rights? Okay. You also are being audio and video recorded, and it is 22:14 hours. Any questions at this point? Okay. So you can hang out with him here for a second. I'm going to go get the citations printed out, and I'll bring those back to you. He has some administrative civil stuff here for you. Probably I'll take a photo of that.
I'll get it all spread out and get a photo of all the stuff that they go over as well.
Okay, I just want the receipts at the moment. So is your cab waiting for you right now?
Yeah. Well, she just stepped in. She was probably on the side.
Okay. I don't know if she's charging you for the waiting time or not, but you could tell her to go and come back and do something else, because probably by the time I'm done with my stuff and he's done with your stuff, I'm guessing 15 minutes probably.
That's great, yeah. She just said she's stepping in right now, so.
Okay. All right. You guys good in here? Okay. What's that?
You need to get out these doors?
I do need to. I'm going to need to come right back in here in a second, too. Thank you. Well, it's going to be a few minutes. I've got to print out some criminal citations.
Okay.
Coleman 461, I have 2 in custody, 2 names.
Go ahead.
First will be last of White, common first is Anthony, Adam, Nora, Tom, Henry, Ocean, Nora, Young, no middle initial, date of birth, 9/8, male, Florida.
Go with your deck.
Last of Webb, William Edward Boy versus Zaire, Zebra Adam Ida Robert Edward, middle A Adam, date of birth of 99, male, Florida.
Can you go again the date of birth?
Go ahead.
They're both clear. Attached.
Received.
2214. Pullman, release the plate.
Go ahead.
At 1560 Northeast Brandy Way, Grove Apartment. Below unit D-Dog. 228. Loud music.
Copy.
2215.
kidding me? You fucking piece of shit. Come on, why did it do that? Okay, guys. Do you have any other store merchandise in your pockets or anything like that?
No.
Can you empty your pockets for me?
Can I borrow their ID from you? I'll give you the information.
Okay.
You ought to have our IDs if I can do this.
Well, he's going to get the entire report, so I guess it doesn't.
If you get, maybe I didn't want to have my ID.
Well, he's going to get your complete name and everything anyway.
I need to change my address. That's not a good mailing address.
1302. That's not your physical address?
Yeah, there's no last name.
So where do you stay at?
I stay at multiple spots.
You stay at multiple spots. It sounds like, so it's on because we don't know where you're going to be?
No, I'm really good at that's how I work.
Well, I already went and printed this shit out right now, so you're quickly talking your way into sitting in jail right now, and so I can just have you talk to the judge and explain to him how you have random places you live at.
It's a minor adjustment.
A minor adjustment. So I asked you where you lived at, and that seemed clear to me. Maybe I wasn't communicating effectively, but it seemed clear to me. So where do you live? Apartment number 303. So why did you tell me 302 or 304?
Scared.
So
I'm trying to make an adjustment so I can get something to make sure.
I hear that. Right now I'm processing in my mind right now. I'm trying to decide whether or not you were scared or whether you were intentionally lying to me because you were hoping to get away with one, hoping the court would send something there, you'd get out of it in some way. That's what I'm processing right now. Okay? So any other places you stay at? How about you?
No, I just stay with multiple people, so I asked him just in case my mail ended up somewhere that I didn't want to be.
I want to make sure.
So I asked him to send it to him. I wasn't sure that you were figuring all that out yet. So either one is fine for me. I didn't want to risk other people, throwing out my mail or whatever the case is.
Explain that to me again. Where do you live?
I live on the papers, that's what I'm saying, but I live with multiple people.
Where do you live? Where do you lay your head at night and sleep?
Myrtle.
How long you live there?
I've been staying there for months now.
For months now?
Started, yeah.
So, school.
The one he has.
You gave them 1302?
Yeah.
Why'd you give them that one?
Because that's what I'm supposed to be, but that's what I'm saying. I would stay there.
Do you pay to be in that dorm?
No.
Why'd you leave that dorm?
Because I want to stay with my friends.
Okay. They just let you out? They didn't even make you sign a lease for the year or anything like that?
No, I just stay there. That's what I'm saying. I just stay there. I sleep there. Pretty much made that home.
So, Mr. Webb, where do you receive your mail? Which apartment number?
303.
Okay. Are you done with them? Okay. Well, Mr. White, here's your citation. Here's your ID back. Are they trespassed or anything like that?
This is the first time I've seen them do it, and they said they haven't done it before, and I've got no evidence to the contrary.
Okay. And they get to take their other stuff they bought with them? Okay. So, this is what I'm going to do. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't irritated that you gave me a false ad. I'm irritated by that, but I'm going to try not to let that affect my decision, okay? So I'm going to release you with the citation. I'm going to update the citation with the proper address, that it's 303, right?
Yes.
Okay. So at this point, it doesn't matter too much, because if you don't show up to court, the court doesn't care what address you gave me. They'll just issue a warrant for your arrest. And if you guys are both students at WSU, then we'll just look you up at WSU and we'll meet you at class and arrest you out of class. So ultimately, the court could care less. I got irritated because I thought you were trying to lie to me.
I was trying to scare you. You show the stuff. Excuse me. I see the cell number is 716-786.
The cell phone number?
Yeah. 786.
That's exactly what I wrote. What you told me.
786.
Well, I can adjust that too. And like I said, the court ultimately doesn't care what's on the citation. It's for our records, because the court will just go, well, I guess we'll do a warrant.
So they have the court date on the paper.
The court's going to send you a letter to the address you provided me, and they're going to tell you to go to court on that day and that time, on that's provided on the letter. If you don't show up, then, like I said, they don't care what address you provided. They just issue a warrant for your arrest. So, if there's something that is not right on the citation about the address, you may want to contact the court, and there's an address and a phone number at the bottom that explains how to get a hold of them. There's an email address, so you can make sure that you make it to court, because they don't care what address you provided. If you don't show up when they send a summons out, they just issue a warrant.
Is it possible that you use the address he provided?
Why?
I don't know if I necessarily want my stuff done.
That's the address you told me where you live, and that's the address of record. That's what we go with. So,
He's calling me and have it changed straight.
he's got it. So if you want to have it changed, you call them, and hopefully it gets to you, and hopefully you get it straightened out. Because like I said, they just issue warrants. They just come along. You're another number in their face, and they go, oh, warrant, he didn't show up. They don't care. So, big picture, don't do this anymore. It seems like it's an easy gig to go to Walmart and do this kind of stuff, but they hire people because they get ripped off so bad, and they put, thousands of dollars in surveillance systems because they get ripped off so bad. I mean, what is the Walmart loss? It's millions of dollars a year just in one store alone from people stealing from them. So, just don't do it anymore. Any questions? All right, you guys are free to go. Thank you. Go ahead.
You got more patience than I do, sir.
No, exactly like I told them. I have them properly identified. They don't show up to court, they just show a warrant. So everything was on video. So
That was the biggest thing. I was 90% sure they were giving me fake names. They both said they didn't have ID,
and they told me that too. And then you mean these Florida driver's license? Those are ID? And they came back. They've had valid returns that came back that matched. So they are ID. So, all right. Give you the case number here. Pullman 461. Pullman 461. Can you go again? I copied 10623. So 17-P 10623. All right, if you just get me the video when you get it.
Friday or Saturday.
Okay. I don't think I even need that since I took a photo of it.
I'll have copies of that too, just in case you wanted to watch. There was, like you can see, there's multiple stuff that they didn't scan, but I couldn't tell quite how much they weren't scanning from the angle I had up until he did this. So this is that detergent. It didn't even leave the cart to this point. He just slipped it right into the bag. Up until I watched that black light and some of the other stuff go across and him do that, I was just going to send the cashiers over there to receipt check him and make sure everything got scanned. But
Yeah.
that, and I didn't realize that those were drug tests, and those suckers were $30 a pop.
What are they?
Drug tests, at-home drug tests.
I am guessing they're probably student athletes, and the drug testing maybe because if they are student athletes, they have to pass drug test. So then maybe they're trying to see if they're going to pass. So
Now they're going to have to try harder.
yeah. So, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.